welcome to another edition of After the Whistle. We are back after a couple weeks gone. We're 2024. We here. I'm here. Todd's here. Pedro, this is like year number 5 for us doing this. I think. When we start 2018, something like
2018,
that.
2018, yes.
Yeah, this is year number 5. Year number 5. We got a new one. Oh man, a lot happening in the sports world. But first, why the heck was Owen Hart in the Nation of Domination? The late night random YouTube.
I forgot about that. God rest that man's soul. You know what I mean? Definitely a young pioneer in the wrestling game when he was here.
Definitely, it was. I was just watching it. I'm just like, I completely forgot they had Owen Hart in the Nation, and this is just like the funniest thing ever because it was just. you got the Canadian, and you had all these guys. Oh man, that.
Now, question: was this when they brought somebody else into the Hart family? When they brought was it British Bulldog and somebody else into the Hart family?
That Hart family, they always had like a weird storyline with them. So there was always somebody coming in.
British Bulldog married their sister and all that in the show. I think in real life too. Yeah, so that was a real issue. And for those who don't know, the Hart family of wrestlers like to the core. Like it ain't just a show for them. Like it's a family lineage thing. So
the son-in-laws were wrestlers.
Yes.
The best there is, the best there was, and perhaps
you got Bret
the
Hart.
best that there ever will be.
Yeah.
Bret the Hitman Hart, baby.
Yeah.
Jim the Anvil, Neidhart, the crazy one.
Only two guys that can rock black and pink.
Right.
Make it look dope with them crazy shades, and I had a pair.
But that was just like one of my random late nights. I'm just watching old wrestling promos. Undertaker scaring the crap out of Yokozuna each time with their storyline that went on for like a year or two, and and then even the Kane storyline, how it started in like '95 until it was like a 2-year build-up. Which was probably one of the best build-ups that the storyline they had.
Kane was dope. I think even my pops was watching Kane. Just because he went in there, choke slam you, leave. Right. Fire everywhere.
Kind of like Michael Myers vibe.
Honestly, he was on that Goldberg-ish run that WCW gave, you know what I mean? Yeah. Goldberg, but granted, he was in WWF at the time. Now it's WWE. Yeah. But man, they had some things, man. We could talk about wrestling all day.
Yeah, shoot, The Rock came back last week. Last week he came back. I think him and Roman Reigns are gonna go at it at WrestleMania this year. Okay. You know that bloodline thing, bloodline storyline.
That's dope.
So
man.
he was saying that was something they've been working on for a while, but it was just like something always happened, so they couldn't really put together something that'll give the fans a show. So now
that might actually get me into watching wrestling again because I like Roman Reigns. Obviously, I love The Rock just because what he's done in the past. But my daughter, she's now getting into wrestling. Okay. So I told her if we're gonna get into it, we gotta dive deep into the core of everything. We gotta watch Raw, SmackDown because they still show those and just pick up on the storylines and not kind of be just
out the loop.
Out the loop and just watching wrestling. You know what I mean? You want to know what's going on. So
even the ring announcer, she's from Mass.
That's dope.
Samantha Irvin, she's from
That's dope.
She's from New Bedford. Yeah.
So shout out to her, man. Yeah. That's dope.
Oh, yeah. There's our little wrestling piece that y'all get for us. Let's get into the NFL, where we think, and I don't know, Bill Belichick's future. The Patriots ended the season with the loss to the Jets in the snow. Everybody's wondering what's going to happen with Belichick. He's still under contract. I mean, it's just a couple moves here, a couple moves there. They could be right back at it, but it's just soul searching for the franchise right now, trying to figure out what direction they want to go.
Yeah, because it's only two. You either keep Belichick and see who you get in the draft and see if that works. If he could, spark something. See if he still has something left in the coaching tank. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? If you can still get these guys going and still motivate them to play to the capabilities of all their skill sets, or you allow that man to gracefully bow out.
Yeah, he's 71 too. He's 71. 71, been coaching for a long time. Ooh.
And everybody's saying fire Belichick. Put some respect on that man's name. What he's done for football, what he's done for the Patriots organization. Like, certain people in the coaching ranks are allowed to gracefully bow out.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes you guys just shut up. If you want to stay another year, we might not like it.
Yeah.
But the work he's put in, and he shows that he's a qualified coach anyways, but he might be a little detached from the generations. So I'm hoping he comes, to his senses and sees what options they have in the offseason and sees if he can work with them. And if he can't, just basically bow out.
Honestly, most people that are screaming they want Belichick fired are just people that are still mad that the Patriots let Tom Brady go and they blame Belichick for all that, for Brady going to Tampa and all that. That's what most people are. The folks that want him fired are saying that, and the easy route to go to say he's an overrated coach is like, oh, look at his record without Tom Brady, and it's just like that's like the easy thing to say, but it's kind of like the circumstances and all that. Y'all just can't say, oh, you see, Brady made him, and it was like, the first 3 Super Bowls, Brady was a game manager.
This is a fact.
And then after that, they didn't win one. They didn't win one for another 10, 11 years. So it's like, what is it?
Yeah, man. I don't know how you can get mad at a man that had a great relationship with his quarterback and they won as much as they did.
Yeah.
And he's seen that they weren't going to have the same success as they had at all in the next few years with Brady, without Brady.
Yeah.
So he came to his senses and said, you know what, Brady? Go see if you can win somewhere else and prove me wrong, because I don't think you can. And he got him a ring, and now he's sitting pretty with 7.
Yeah, and honestly, like with all how badly the Patriots have played this year, they did have some good defensively. They had some good moments. It was just they just need to upgrade with the offense. That's literally it. Because I think they had a good enough defense. If the offense put up at least 17 or 20 points per game, they probably would have had a chance to win more games. But
the Pats are one of those bad teams that when you could actually pay to watch them and feel like they might win the game. Mm-hmm. And then they just lose the game.
Yeah.
And it's certain situations where it differs from good teams and bad teams, and you see why they're a bad team.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So.
And it's not like it's not like those guys quit either. Too.
Yeah, not at all.
They were still playing hard, and some of those games legit came down to just a possession or two here and there. So.
And that's why I say you could pay for these games, because you know they're going to play hard and they're going to put 100% out there.
Yeah.
Now, do we wish that they had better awareness? Offense, definitely.
Yeah.
Because the quarterback needs to tighten up, but that could all be worked on in the offseason if you keep.
Yeah, they just need to make some. There's just some personnel changes that they have to make, and kind of like offensively, they need to come up with a new philosophy just to get up with like how offenses are playing nowadays, and then some of those coordinators.
I mean, you're gonna have to catch up with the times if you're trying to play this new style of football, especially if you don't have old school type plays.
Yeah.
If you have old school type players that are built a certain way, you can play old school football, but you can't. So you just got to transform your coaching style somewhat. Yeah. And just don't be so stubborn.
Yeah. First, just don't bring back Josh McDaniels, please don't. Don't. They might look at Mike Vrabel. So we'll see what happens in the offseason. We'll see what happens with the Pats in the offseason, but it's like a crossroads with the franchise right now and what direction they're going. We got playoffs, we got seedings, we've got matchups. We're gonna first look at the NFC. We got Green Bay and we got Dallas. I'm looking at all these playoff slates, and it seems like the home teams all should be favored to win these games, but you never know what's going to happen, especially with this one, Green Bay versus Dallas. One thing Green Bay has done, it's kind of not has been talked about lately, is Love. That dude Love, he's played well the last stretch of the season, like the last 6-7 games of the season. He's played really good football.
Even early in the season, I watched some games where his wide receivers just didn't help him. You know what I mean? They were just dropping easy passes and making him look bad. So, like, he's kind of played consistent all season for the most part. Granted, he started off a little rough, but now that they're winning in the playoffs, you know, now it's 0-0. Like, the record's 0-0, so it's any man's game, especially with Dallas, because we don't know what Dallas team is going to be coming into the playoffs. Just because I think our last show, second to last show, we talked about how we were waiting for them to make a mistake, and then a couple of weeks later they get smacked, or next week they get smacked.
Oh yeah.
So you know, you don't know what Dallas team is going to show up, but the Dallas team that's predicted to show up has a chance to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah. The team that plays well at home.
Yeah.
is predicted to win the Super Bowl.
As you said earlier.
Yeah.
So
and looking at Dallas, when you look at Dallas, and then you look at the Packers. CeeDee Lamb for the Cowboys been the best receiver. He's had a career year. And then you got Jair Alexander, probably one of the best defensive backs in the league. So if those two are matched up the whole games, and if the Packers are just leaving him one-on-one, because Alexander, he doesn't give up a lot of catches. So if that one-on-one is all set, then Dak's going to have to look at other guys, and we'll see if those guys can be reliable.
I mean, he's shown in certain games against certain teams that he could do that and utilize other receivers and other options, but it's playoff time, and you know, sometimes you go to the well and you go to what works.
Yeah.
And hopefully they don't try to force it too much.
You are, and also the Packers got an under the radar defense. They're not the best defense, but they can make plays. And one thing I've seen with Dak and some of these quarterbacks, they'll give you a chance to pick one off or pick two off. You just got to catch it. And
think about it, the Packers haven't really been spoken about that much throughout the season, like that highly, like in the playoff. So they're in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So they're doing something right.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, because honestly, I didn't even think they were making the playoffs. I didn't even know they were in the playoff hunt until I went and looked at the standings. Like, oh snap, they are.
A few teams like that, my friend.
Like the Los Angeles Rams.
Yeah, shocking, right? They finished strong.
They definitely finished strong. They're heading to Detroit, and it's kind of this is like one of those made-for-TV types of game, because you got the former Ram Jared Goff and the former Lion Matthew Stafford going up against each other, and you've got two interesting teams with two interesting coaches going at each other.
Definitely gonna be a lot of sound bites. They both have great energy. One's a little younger than the other one, by like 10, 15 years.
Yeah.
But I like both coaches. I love how they're received by their teams and how the players go out to bat for them. But we don't know. I mean, the Lions been playing well all season for the most part. They had some mishaps, so we're hoping that steady Lions team comes in the playoffs. But comes to play in the playoffs.
Yeah.
The Rams, who knows?
Yeah.
Just because they've been up and down all season, but you kind of go off how you last played. So they held the 49ers scoreless in the second half, which is hard to do. So
yeah, I think there was a bunch of subs in for the 49ers.
Hey, I'm trying to give them some credit. Man.
Yeah. No, I will say this though. I will say this about these guys. Matthew Stafford since December, hasn't really turned the ball over like that much. I think he had two interceptions, and that was just against the Giants on New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
But he's actually been playing really well from November until December. So
it's just the rest of the team.
And then you got that receiver, that rookie receiver, I think he set rookie records and stuff like that. So this is a team that's not lacking for offense, and Detroit is one of those teams that people are just have been gravitating towards too, like one of those feel-good story teams, or just a team you can root for because of the head coach and because of some of the guys they have on that roster. And they do have some guys too, young guys as well. So it's definitely coming down to the quarterback play, is like which one could make the least mistake, because in the past we've seen Jared Goff in the big games not be able to make the one or two plays that they need to win the game. Or
I have a feeling they're both gonna play well, just because staff is tightened up, and Goff understands that you need to win. You need to win Detroit. You know what I mean? You're bringing so much joy to the state. just because they haven't had so much. They haven't had success in so long. So like, I think it's gonna be a good game. But I think it's gonna be like a shootout, personally.
It might be, and Detroit is still looking for that first playoff win in Lord knows how many years. I think it's been a while it's been forever since they won a playoff game, and the city is just starving to get a playoff win. And honestly, they are a championship caliber team. Especially some of the games I saw, that game against Dallas when they got screwed. They had a championship drive late in that game.
Bro, they're just an overall good team.
Yeah.
Good chemistry, good culture. I'm sure a lot of guys looking at Detroit as their next stop, as you know what I mean, as they're trying to get traded or as they're being free agents.
Yeah, definitely. And one team that did not look good down the stretch is the Philadelphia Eagles that went 1-5 to finish the regular season. They just didn't look good at all. People getting hurt, questions about their offense. Quarterback hurt his finger. And they're going to Tampa. And if there was a game that people wouldn't be surprised if the Buccaneers won this game, if it was an upset, it'd be this one. Especially the way Philly has been playing down the stretch. Nobody would be surprised if Tampa Bay pulls this one out. Tampa Bay coming off a division win.
Yeah, but if I'm the Eagles, I'm gonna stick with the same formula that I had when we first played them. Since they beat them 25-11. They ran the ball over 40 times. They ran the ball 40 times for 200 yards. Swift had a great game, 16 carries for 130, and he was averaging 8 yards a carry. So Hurts, had two intros. So if he can tighten up on that aspect and they just stay consistent, I don't think the Buccaneers are good enough to really do anything because they don't make it to the red zone enough. Unless their defense is creating turnovers, adds more points to their firepower, but I just don't think they have enough.
They scored 9 points in a game that they needed to win just to get into the playoffs against the Carolina Panthers.
So you kind of just proved them, thank you, man, that's alley-oop right there.
Yeah, so they're really not giving me any type of hope. They're offensively. I know defensively they can give the Eagles issues because they do have the All-Pro. Well, he should have been an All-Pro defensive back and safety Antoine Winfield Jr. Their linebacker core is still good. So I mean, if their defense comes to play and gives their offense good field positions with 3 and outs or turnovers, I wouldn't be shocked if there's an upset. And there's a crossroads with Philly. They're saying if they lose this one, they might fire the head coach.
That could happen. But I just, when you see two teams already played each other, you go based off the last game, and you kind of analyze that. And the Eagles are just so much superior. Granted, they went 1 for 5 from the red zone, but you made it there 5 times compared to Tampa only making it there twice. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So if you convert 2 or 3 more than touchdowns, it's a smacking.
It might be one of those 10-7 games, to be honest with you.
It could be. It could be.
I think Jalen Hurts' injury is on his throwing hand. Okay. I think.
Well, once again, they ran the ball 40 times, so let's see if they can stick to the same formula.
Yeah, let's see. That never, sometimes people get out of their own ways. They like to get in their own way.
Definitely.
To the AFC we go. And one of the more intriguing matchups, we got the wily vet and Joe Flacco against the rookie C.J. Stroud and the Houston Texans hosting the Cleveland Browns. The Browns ended the season on a tear, winning their last 5 or whatever games. Houston had to win the last game of the season to get into playoffs, and they did. C.J. Stroud played well. He's a lock for Rookie of the Year, and this is a tough defense going against a rookie quarterback. So this might be a game I actually watch.
I think I'm watching all these games personally. Yeah. For one, the franchises that are in the wild card, it's just rare that you see the Browns, the Lions. Who else? Oh, I mean, you can say the Bucks as consistent.
Yeah.
So it's all intriguing. I'm kind of happy for these franchises. But the Browns and Houston game, I love C.J. Stroud, but I think he's gonna have a tough time with Cleveland just because I don't know what Flacco be eating what his diet is, what's going on with him. He's having a resurgence because when he was with Baltimore, his last couple of years, he was struggling. He was looking rough. Yeah. So for him to figure it out with the Browns later in his career, and they're helping him out, you know what I mean, by keeping the offense balanced while C.J. Stroud, they're kind of doing what they do with most young quarterbacks. They're so astonished by his talent, they're kind of relying on him. So they're going to have to do a better job at balancing their offense as well, just to protect him.
What benefit for them? They're home. Also, Joe Flacco I think he was on the Jets last year.
Yeah,
he had some moments with them last year. But I'll say this about Joe Flacco: you don't know if you're going to get that Joe Flacco game's coming. It might be one of them Joe Flacco games where he throws you 4 interceptions because I've seen it way too many times with Joe Flacco when he goes on this hot streak and then he's just back there playing like he never played quarterback before. And so it's very possible, but the way the Browns play, this game should be one of those back and forth games too, because both teams are built on physicality and
definitely
establishing that line of scrimmage. So all they gotta do is keep C.J. Stroud upright and make sure you see where Myles Garrett is, and you'll have a better chance of winning if you block that guy.
Yeah, because C.J. Stroud, he showed you he's a winner.
Yeah,
definitely showed you he's a warrior. And
rookie of the year.
Yeah, rookie. Obviously, that's obvious, but you know he definitely has a bright future ahead of him.
Yeah, Houston built their team from the ground up, especially DeMeco Ryans, first-year head coach. Yeah, things are looking really good, really good for Houston, and they get to host. So you know, if Cleveland dabble in the Houston nightlife, they might. That also might play a role in them winning.
If I give Cleveland any advice, just go get some wings.
Man, order them.
Yeah, just go some wings. But you got to get them at like a gas station somewhere. Telling you, fire.
This is true. All right, 2 more games we're going to preview. Miami and Kansas City. A lot of people owe Cam Newton an apology. Like, they owe Cam Newton an apology. Tua had a chance to prove that he wasn't a game manager. He was a game changer against the Bills. Couldn't do it. We saw what happened with Brock Purdy. We saw also what happened with Dak, too. Since when Cam made those statements, he didn't play well either. So, but Tua, question marks. And I seen it's going to be snowing in Kansas City, so... You know how that goes when warm weather teams go to get into the snow.
Well, I think this game will be more interesting than the last time they played, because the last game they played was a letdown. They only got to the red zone equally 3 times, which is rare for Miami and the Chiefs. So I just think they're both going to be ready to play. I think, Mahomes is going to be Mahomes.
Yeah.
The question is what Tua is going to show up, and can Tua make some dynamic plays to help get him over the hump compared to just, managing, as you like to say.
From what we've seen throughout the season, the Dolphins can't beat good teams. They beat one good team all year, and they don't show up.
Yeah, they kind of burnt out because they started off rolling, then they had a couple losses, then a couple wins, and then some more losses, and it's like, what's happening with you guys? Like, what happened to the fastest team in the league? You got 4 of the fastest guys in the league on one team. What's going on? Like,
it's like the same thing that happened last year down the stretch. It was like they had the hot start, then they faded, and this is like the same thing. And they're just one of those teams where it's just like once you if they're not getting big plays and they have to methodically beat you, they can't do it. They're not patient enough to do it. And you take Tyreek Hill out the game. They got good weapons, but I don't feel like they utilize them well when Tyreek Hill is taken out the game. It's kind of like they're just playing scramble and trying to make something out of nothing when you could just easily, all right, you guys going to double team Tyreek or are you going to take away over the top? Well, hand the ball off to our running back who scored over 20 touchdowns, or our other running back. And probably that's the best way to beat the Chiefs, keep Mahomes on the sidelines.
Yeah, and as we talked about the Chiefs' run defense for so long, they're not the best. They give up a lot of yards. Mm-hmm. And what's it, Mostert? He's a solid running back. Mm-hmm. And they got a few more back there. that, you know what I mean, handle the job. But once again, we don't know how the calls are gonna be played and if they're gonna they're gonna balance the offense, man. You know, that's the broken record slogan on this show.
Yeah.
And we just hope logic comes into play.
Yeah. Last game is Pittsburgh going to Buffalo. Pittsburgh won this. Pittsburgh got in because Jacksonville lost.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, Jacksonville just wet their pants against the Titans, which was embarrassing. And then Buffalo, they got the 2 seed because they won in Miami. So, but Josh Allen fans were coming after me a couple weeks ago because I said he was the most overhyped quarterback in the league. And I have these random people DMing me, telling me I don't know football, and I'm like, don't you find it weird that you're DMing another man about another man at 11 p.m.? This isn't weird to you? And the person didn't say nothing after that.
I'm glad you said that, because that's something I would have said. Yeah, dude, like this is our conversation, my man. Why are we having it?
Very weird. And then he wanted to have a debate with me. He's like, oh, let's have a debate so I can tell you. I'm like,
he invited you to a debate like a duel? Did he slap you in the face with a glove too?
Yeah, and I was
hand you a pistol? Like,
I was really confused. I'm like, y'all are really mad because I don't think Josh Allen is. I think Josh Allen is good, but he's we got the full Josh Allen experience against the Dolphins. But I'll just leave it at that. It was the great Josh Allen, and then it was like, what's wrong with this dude right here? Why does he keep throwing the ball to the other team? So, and in the playoffs, I can't even say which one's going to show up because I don't know which one's going to show up. I really don't know which one's going to show up. So, I shout out to y'all folks that got all the faith in him, but man.
He's entertaining, you know.
That is, that's true.
What I mean, he can't watch football, so.
He is very entertaining. He's like.
Oh, my bad. Can't miss football. I said he can't watch football. My bad. Can't miss.
Josh Allen is like. He's like a poor man's version of Brett Favre.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people, you heard a couple coaches or somebody during the game was comparing him to like John Elway on steroids.
Oh.
And the thing about John Elway, it took John Elway a long time to win.
Yeah.
And that's what people don't even remember. People just remember John Elway as having these Super Bowls. It's like, bro, he was old when he got them Super Bowls.
Yeah, he had already went to like 3 or 4 before he won his first one.
So it's like, if Josh Allen could win a couple or win at least one, then I could see that. I can see that comparison. But
as I said before, you just don't know what you're gonna get with him. And if it snows this weekend in Buffalo, you just gotta hold your breath every time they drop back. But Pittsburgh, shout out to them for making the playoffs. They stay one. Their coach fired, and they just always have a successful season and always find their way in the postseason.
Yeah, I'm actually not disappointed in the Steelers making the playoffs compared to last year.
Did they make it last year?
No.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, remember, I told them they shouldn't win a game last year. They won like 3 or 4 of them things, I think.
Yeah, you're right. But what sucks is T.J. Watt is hurt, so he won't be playing. I think he had ankle injury, so he won't be playing. When it happened, I thought it was his ACL because he jumped and then came down, and I didn't see nothing. But then it was like the ankle roll or whatever. So it's one of those severe ankle sprains that sucks for them to not have.
It's not a game time decision at all.
Nah, they already ruled them out.
Must be like a high ankle sprain.
Yeah,
those are the worst.
Yeah, I had one of those.
Me too, in college. So I can't play. We couldn't play intramurals. They said, nope, you only playing games.
Oh man, that's NFL postseason. Those are the games. Make sure you check them out. We got Athletes Corner. We had the Lynn Rams 8U and 12U cheer team here, and we talked about them competing in nationals back in December, which was great. Shout out to them. They were mad because I had this on. They thought this was Eastland, but I was like, no, this is not this.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, I get it, but no, this is Lynn English. They was like, you still should be wearing. They want me to wear their colors, and I told them I can't. It's just, there's like there's certain rivals that if they try to make you wear their colors, you just get that ink in your body like, yeah, I can't wear their colors. No way. But they were great about it. Shout out to them. So check this out, and then we're going to come back. Hello and welcome to another edition of Athletes Corner, and we have the Lynn Rams 8 and 12U cheering team that were recently in Florida for nationals last month. But before we get this started, I'll pass the mic. We're going to have the girls introduce themselves before we get the interview going. So introduce yourself and pass it down.
I'm Coach Chanel from 8U.
Coach Aaliyah, 8U.
Coach Gigi, 8U.
I'm Laylee, 12U.
Captain Lanaya, 12U.
Samaya, 12U.
Jaseni, 12U.
Captain Amaya, 12U.
Ava, 12U.
Naya. 8U. Mariah, 8U.
All right. Welcome back. Welcome back. Some of y'all, this isn't the first time y'all been here. No, this is like Ariel's like eighth time here. But competed in nationals, went down there in Florida. I'll talk about the experience that the girls had down there.
Both teams had a really good experience. 8U came in top 5 in the nation, which is an amazing outcome, and 12U came in top 3. Both teams had really great seasons, went through locals, states, regionals, and made it all the way to nationals and left with trophies.
Getting that experience, this isn't the first time they've been to nationals, is it?
So for 12U, all of the girls behind me know. It's there was a couple on 12U this year that were new, but most of them have gone a few times. As you just said, we've been here. But for 8U, it was their first experience. Definitely not last, right, guys?
For getting the 12U group there again, what can you say was the difference from the first time you all went down there to this go around?
So from the very first time when they were on 8U, first off, we were Papuana then, so that is there was a complete difference there from going in from Papuana to AYC. But aside from that, their age, it's more challenging. The competition gets harder as they get older. And AYC in general, the competition is a lot more challenging than it was in Papuana.
Yeah, what would you say was kind of like some of the more different what made it a little more difficult, the competition?
So first off, in Papuana, the divisions are broken down into small, medium, and large. So that gives you less teams to go against, essentially, because they're broken and divided into more teams. AYC only does small and large, so you're naturally going to have more competition. And for 12U and 14U, level 2 is what we were, and that's more common in those age groups because the girls are older. So essentially being a level 2 team at that age group is more common, so can be really tough competition at that division.
Gotcha. For the 8U coaches, getting this first experience for the 8U group, what was their experience like being involved in the competition? For not only as the cheer team, but for coaches as well.
Well, this was all of our first year, the 3 of us up here. It was our first time in nationals, but I definitely think
It was a great experience. I mean, it was our first time, like she said. We had fun. We just did what we had to do, and that was it.
How were you able to just prepare them for it? Because I'm sure there was big crowds there to watch them, and sometimes kids, you see a lot of faces, the eyes kind of get big and it might get shy. How were you able to just get that shyness out of them early on, so when it was their time to perform, it just came as you all practice?
They're not really nervous as you would think. Some of them I had for a couple years now. They're not really as nervous as they should be. I mean, I just tell them go out there and have fun, and they do what they have to do.
For coaches, was there any nerves on the coaches end?
Absolutely, definitely.
Well, describe that moment because you go from the hotel to the site, and then you watching the other teams, and then when it's your turn, now you gotta getting coach mode? Just how was it? Just like those three aspects, and you all getting prepared to just to help them get through the rounds.
It's definitely nerve-wracking. I mean, we're just all trying to like get through it together. So we just like
Hold our breath.
yeah, like we're literally we just work together. We give each other like encouragement, and we got this at the end of the day. So
Was it more special that since it was the first go around for them, the first time as coaches getting there? How much special was that?
it was really special. It was awesome. Hopefully we can do it again. We will do it again. But it was a great experience. It was special for all of us.
All right. For my 12U girls that were in it when they were 8U, second time around, tell me the differences from the first time y'all went to Florida and the second time y'all went to Florida.
Seriously.
Okay, I'm sorry. So, from the first time we went, we were 8, so like we didn't know what to do. And when I got there, I was like 8, so I didn't I was really nervous. But from the last time in Florida, I was like I knew like what I had to do, like stretches and stuff. So I wasn't as nervous because I've been doing this since I was 7. So yeah.
Yeah. What was the hardest part? What was the hardest part you would say? What was the hardest part? The mic is in a.
What was the hardest part?
What was the hardest part? Stop acting like the mic is like a bomb.
The hardest part, I think.
Was there any hard part?
I mean, I think for the hardest part was to like not have the flyers fall, concentrate, and not like flip out on your team because one little thing messed up on the mat.
Gotcha.
Good answer.
Can you? I'm gonna get back to you. Can you tell me how the scoring goes? Because I've never gone to a cheering competition before, so I don't know how the scoring goes.
So basically, kind of touching on what Lanaya just said, I think the hardest part for, I think even us coaches a little bit, is we worry about deductions. So hitting 0 means you got no deduction, so that's a big accomplishment.
Okay.
It means everything was perfected. The judges will deduct you for bobbling. If a stunt moves and literally bobbles, you get a deduction. If a stunt falls, you get a big, and the deduction depends on what you did wrong. So if the stunt falls, you're getting like a 1.5 deduction. If it bobbles, you get like a 0.25. So everyone wants to hit 0 because then they know they got the highest score they could have gotten.
Gotcha.
So that's nerve-wracking. And the scoring is basically categorized by every section. So choreography is you can get up to a 10, or stunting up to a 15, pyramid up to a 15, motions, performance. So there's all these different categories. And at the end of the score sheet, you can get up to 100 points.
Okay. All right. And what was the scores that you all got?
What did you guys get?
82. Okay.
And we scored an 89.5, or it was 89 point something.
So in other words, y'all did really, really well.
Yes.
Hence why y'all finished in the top 10. in the top 10. The level of focusness it takes in something like that. How were you able to get the girls to focus on just that one task? Because I mean, this is a big deal and stuff, and I don't like big crowds, so I get nervous.
It's a lot. When you asked Aaliyah earlier about 8U, because as a director, I was obviously overseeing them as well, and to her point about like when the girls get on the mat, it goes away. Before that, when they're in line, forget about it.
Yeah.
I don't know how many hugs I had to give. It's okay, breathe. It's okay. They had to go to the bathroom. They didn't have to go to the bathroom. Some are just like excited, but they get really nerve-wracked in line. But once they get on that mat, it's like it just all goes away.
Does it also help in which place they go, in which order they go? Like if they go after a couple other teams, does that kind of help a little bit?
So it's funny you say it. I want to say not really. However, I do think for the girls that you're used to seeing for my team, I know that in regionals this year we had a way different setup that we've never seen, and they basically had 2 teams, 2 mats at the same time. And one team would go on this mat, and they would wait for this team to finish. And then they would start. They had to wait there. I know that my girls had said that they didn't like that setup, and as a coach, I wasn't really crazy about it. And that's at that competition, they actually got 2 points in deductions, and 2 stunts fell.
Dope.
And that was the toughest competition for us this season. We still came in second place. So we were obviously very proud of that, especially with deductions, but it was a very different setup, and I do think it threw them off a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. How much longer you have with the 12U girls? Was this the last go around, or do you have another year with them?
I will most likely be going up to 14U.
14, okay.
And so they were a young 12U last year, so some of them can go up 14U, some could stay down. It really depends on like where our numbers are, what these girls need, what's in their best interest. It's all about, it's hard to say. If we have 50 girls sign up that are all 12, like what do we do? Because the age brackets, like Aaliyah had girls as young as 6. I had girls as young as 10, even though I'm on 12U. So like when you can break the teams up differently.
Yeah, I only asked that because they are getting older and they're almost getting to that point where they go into high school and then now you have to be.
Don't make me cry on set.
Now you're no longer coach, you're more support system and stuff like that. So when that does happen, just how are you gonna be? What's your emotions going to be like?
You're really gonna make me cry, so don't. I don't know.
Cause you had a lot. You had all of them when what? How old did you start with them?
They were this little. Some of them, but there was only 8. You're gonna make me cry. You know I'm emotional. They were really little, so I had 8 of them on 8U, 10U, 15, and first year 12U 25, this year 27. So a lot of them I've had for a while. My 10U group, there was 15 of them. They all came back, so I still have those 15 to this day.
Gotcha. Overall, the Lynn Rams experience, the success is coming fast.
Yes, I mean we have great staff.
And I would think there would be more kids seeing the success and looking to sign up. And is that what we're building here with the Lynn Rams, just to seeing the success and just getting more kids into it, involved into cheering, into football, whatever, just extracurricular activities to get them out the house?
Absolutely. I mean, I really think it starts from the top down. I will tell anyone I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for 2 friends of mine that brought me over. Our previous chair director, Cassandra Jackson. And
Cassie?
Yes. And she dragged me over. I came from Eastland. I went to English. And Brittany, I coached with her my first year. She knows. And then I didn't want to be a chair director. I had no intention on it, but our president, Amy, has guided me and mentored me into this role well. And I mean, the chair stuff I was good at, and the leadership stuff with the program she was good at. So together, here I am and loving it. Seriously, I think these kids, all of them, football and chair, are really what makes the program successful. We just want to be a part of it with them.
Definitely. For the girls, what is the lasting? Every single one of y'all have to answer this question.
They did better when they were 8, didn't they?
Yeah,
they did way better.
Talked a lot more.
Yes.
Now they don't want to talk. Like,
these 3, 1, 2, 3, were on 8U. They were sitting here.
You had the same thing as her.
That interview somewhere else. I might have to repost that interview. She definitely talked a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. Ladies, this is for every single one of you. Just what was the lasting impression that you had, or what was the lasting memory that you had about the Florida trip and the Florida competition, being involved in nationals?
Could you start that way? Yeah. You want to go?
Do you want to say anything?
What was your favorite part about competing in nationals?
Do you want to say anything? Do you want to talk? You sure?
My favorite part was once we left the second gym to on our way to the mat to compete. Not before it, but like you had to walk a path, and we all huddled up together and did our ramp thing. I liked that. And then once we started walking, we all just like were positive. Because last year we weren't as positive, so we didn't place as well. But this year we were positive and made it top 3.
Okay. Positivity always helps. I know you have a favorite memory from Florida.
Say one.
My favorite memory, like competing in Florida, was probably hitting the mat on Sunday and knowing that we hit 0, like when we got back to our seats.
No deduction.
Yes.
That's what we like to hear.
My favorite part was seeing like all the other teams we were going against, to see like the routines and all of that.
Cool.
My favorite part from Florida was
same thing that probably Sunny said was like knowing that we were going on to Sunday, knowing we hit 0, and we did a good job, and we did better Sunday.
They did. They did.
My favorite
Progress,
part when we were in Florida is when we came from the second competition and then we all jumped in the pool together.
That pool water was cold.
I think my favorite part was awards because we knew we did great and like we knew like we got in the top 3, like that we did great.
Okay, all right. Well, you definitely made a lot of people proud. Coaches?
Well, my favorite memory was definitely, I always say it's the same, is after the competition when all the girls run off and they come and run and hug us after they finish competing. It definitely, like, they all have so many tears, they're all crying, but it's always such a good experience. So that's definitely my favorite.
I would say hitting 0. It's a big deal, and they were all super excited that they hit 0.
I would say Sunday after they performed, when we were waiting for the awards, they were all super nervous, and it was just like a surreal moment. Like, no matter what happens, we made it here. Like, whatever happens, happens.
Absolutely.
Well, what was this? What was your little stuff that y'all said in the huddle?
Rams on 3 minutes.
Oh, okay. Okay.
We said a little bit more.
I think that
Did you say don't be stealing your stuff?
one of the things that I liked about with them, we had said last year we came in 5th in the nation, and we wanted to. Our goal this year was to be at least 2 places better. So we set a goal at the very beginning of the season to come in top 3 in the nation and to hit 0. And to their point, they all kind of said it. On Saturday they did amazing, but on Sunday, like, tears came to my eyes in those chairs. Like, I couldn't believe even just the difference in 24 hours. Like, they were really hungry and they achieved the goal we set back in August and finished strong. So I think that, like, overall, like, as a coach, I couldn't be more proud than I am.
That is.
And a director.
Yeah, that is great to hear. It is always great having y'all here. Just remember, every time you come here, there's gonna be a bulldog on my head.
We're gonna get you a Lynn Rams hat,
I don't
and you're
know
gonna
if
have
I
to
could-
put
I
it
don't
on for
know.
the interview.
I don't know.
I'm gonna talk to the board.
I don't know if my loyalty will let me wear those
I mean,
colors.
come on, all in, all in. I went to English too.
Yeah. I just, you know, I can't. Well, am I
Tell them green's better, guys. Yeah, green is better. Green is better.
Thank you, Amy. Me and Amy been saying this up since December, so we got the football team coming in next week.
Yes.
Yeah,
They have a lot to be proud of too. We've had a great season.
Yeah, definitely. Oh yeah, plug in the social media pages. If there's a website, plug it in. That's your camera right there.
Lynn Rams, I think it's YFC is the Facebook page, right? Amy? Okay, I think so. Search Lynn Rams in the search bar. We will come up.
All right, everybody, that's the Lynn Rams 8U and 12U cheering team who competed in nationals. Hopefully next year they'll be number 1. They were in the top 10, so next thing is be number 1. So we're rooting for them.
Top 5.
Top 5.
5th and 3rd place. Those matter.
It's
top 3, top 5.
It's all in the top something.
Yes. We're coming for the top again.
They're coming for the number 1 spot.
Yes.
In 2024. Be on the lookout. You've been watching Athletes Corner. I'm Mukala Kabongo. We're out of here.
Bye.
Them girls are being shy.
See you at school.
No, you won't see me there.
Green mustard. Blah.
Yeah. I was like,
Who wants to wear green and yellow? I mean, fresh.
Man. All right, and we are back. It's time to recap some of what's been happening in the sports world this week. All right, national championship. Michigan wins it. I think this game was the tone was set in the first play of the game. That just set the tone for everything.
Yeah, what they call it, laying the wood on them, pause. The way Michigan was hitting them boys.
Yeah. And then at one point in that game, I don't know what they were thinking, but they started dropping back, having McCarthy drop back to pass, and it was like, this dude's overthrowing people. Hand the ball off. Like, what are y'all doing? Just hand the ball off.
Yeah, because the touchdowns they got on the ground with easies.
Right.
So I thought they were gonna, run it on them most of the game. But, it was a good game. Yeah. Washington made it a game. The world knew it wasn't gonna be one, even though they came back. But
yeah, the way Penix was hurt, it was looking after. Woo.
Penix.
Yeah, Penix. I said Penix. Penix, my bad, Penix. They roughed him up.
They roughed him. You see them walking back.
Oh my gosh! I tweeted out he might have had to go in the hospital right after that game.
Yeah, you gotta get checked out.
Yeah,
because he was wincing and all that in like the third quarter.
Yeah, and he had like the rib guard. Yeah, so Michigan came in full speed. Shout out to Mike Sanders still making that big play. A couple local kids on there. They got the title, but this is. If Michigan wanted to get up on that stadium and say this is a big F you to everybody that said we was cheating, F y'all, because we just beat the brakes off everybody.
I don't even think people are paying attention to them cheating allegations or anything. People just, the media just keeps talking about it and keeps bringing it up, but ain't nobody talking about that. Michigan just won.
Right.
This is what it is.
They won, and they won in dominating fashion too. It's the worst part. So you can't really say that. I think Harbaugh is probably gonna go to the league. Probably gonna be an NFL head coach because the administration and all like college football, they don't like. He's advocating for the players and stuff like that, and yeah.
Paper pushers don't like athletes, and what I mean by that, I don't mean people that work in an office. I mean those people who don't know what it's like to be an athlete.
Yeah.
And you don't even care to try to understand what it's like, because all athletes know what it's like to be a student. So like, what's the problem? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's certain things that they just don't want to. They neglect certain things because they envy certain things they weren't able to enjoy it or indulge in it.
Yeah.
Because they were too busy getting 4.0s, but. Who gets mad at somebody getting 4.0? Mm-hmm. We congratulate that stuff.
Right. Yeah, and also hey, bro, like if he stayed at Michigan, it'd be great for the school, but he's an NFL coach. Like he done accomplished what he needed to accomplish at Michigan. Got them to 3 straight playoffs. Got the championship that they hired him to get. So just leave it in the good hands to the next person.
I just thought he might try to keep legacy just because he went there. Yeah. Was a stellar quarterback, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Won it, and then the tenure that they keep college coaches isn't that long, so I figured they might want to keep him as long as they can. So they might try to throw a bag of money at him.
They might. I think they are. They probably are, but he might. I think NFL teams are gonna try to.
He might be able to be like what was his name? Bowden.
Bobby Bowden?
Yeah, like Bobby Bowden or something like that, Florida State, that was there for years and things like that. So who knows? Like,
yeah. Congratulations to Michigan. Okay, NFL. It was Key Card Monday, or the Black Monday as they call it, with people getting fired. Falcons fired their coach, rightfully so, because he was terrible. Pete Carroll is out as head coach for the Seahawks, but they're going to keep him as an advisor, which is kind of interesting. I guess it's an interesting move. Mike Vrabel got fired by the Titans. This guy, you see what happened against the Saints?
What was the issue? When they scored?
Yeah, he got mad because they were in the formation where they were going to kneel, and our boy Jameis called an audible.
Oh.
Jameis called an audible, and I saw the funniest thing. It said, Jameis should have used that Chappelle show me. He's like, when they asked him why did he do it, he said, what? F him, that's why. But a lot of coaches being fired, a lot of new spots. Antonio Pierce, he should be hired as a new
definitely,
head coach.
Man. He's starting to change the culture over there, man. It seems like they enjoy playing football again.
Yeah.
I actually enjoy watching them.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, definitely. So we'll see what the coaching carousel. Mm-hmm. Celtics update. I mean, you was talking about this last night. Celtics, they've been on a good stretch of run. Still got the best record in the league, but game against the Pacers on Monday, we saw Jaylen Brown get hit in the back of his head. They call a foul. They go to the review.
Oh, yeah.
And then they reverse it, saying it was inadvertent contact to the head. I'm no genius, but I know in all sports, inadvertent contact to the neck or head area is cause for either a flag in football or a foul in basketball, and they got replay and they still got it wrong. And then they went and they go call a nonsense, I wouldn't say nonsense, but a dumb foul on Porzingis with this guy shooting the last second three that had no chance of going in, and they called that. And then the league was saying the refs got it right. NBA don't like to throwing their refs under the bus at all.
That was just a total insult to human logic and human intelligence. People who have 20/20 vision and people who are assisted with glasses. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, my thing is, I said last night, they shouldn't even have reviewed it. They should just missed the call.
Right.
It just would have made things even better.
Yeah.
Because when you review it and it shows that somebody's getting hit in the head, and then you say he hit the ball, then hit, like, the man got hit in the head regardless. You can't determine what force the man got hit in the head. It don't matter if he hit the ball and his head whisked his scalp. Like, on camera, it hit him.
Yeah, definitely.
So, I just think they just need to do better. They need to start fining these refs. The whole team. Don't just find one bad ref. Just find the whole team and then see if they all get their act together.
Agreed. Last NBA update, Ja's out for the season. He had to get shoulder surgery. I guess this is just one of those years for the Grizzlies where they just got to chalk it up. It didn't start out well. The guy was gone for 25 games, came back, gave them a little hype, but, it's just one of them years. It's just not their year right now, so... just try to win as many games as you can, or try to get yourself in position for a good draft pick, and back at it next year, because Ja is one of those guys the kids love to see on the court.
Yeah,
Ding. Breaking news.
Yeah, thanks, Pedro.
Here it is right here.
Breaking news. Oh yeah, Kawhi.
Oh yeah.
He just signed a deal, right?
Yep.
What was it? 50 million or something like that?
I don't know how much.
I'll look it up right now.
I just know he signed some bread.
$153 million extension with the Clippers. Man, he's gotten a lot of bread from the Clippers. He's gotten a lot of bread.
Yeah, he has.
Yeah.
He has, man. Congratulations to him.
And they got a new arena about to open up soon, too.
That's dope.
Yeah, so shout out to them.
Yeah, I mean, he's playing well, playing damn near the whole entire season.
Yeah.
And he's showing that rest management don't matter to him because he's finally fully healed.
Yeah.
He can actually perform on a nightly basis.
Definitely. Yeah.
But to speak on that job situation real quick, that's just the universe working in mysterious ways against Ja and the NBA. Shaming the NBA for spending this man so long, and now he's getting paid, some bread to sit down and relax. And then Ja, the universe has told him, you know what, maybe you need to really just sit down for this season and just really just think.
Yeah.
And really get back and be stronger and better than ever.
Agreed. It'll only make them better. Lastly, Pedro, our boxing update. What is going on in the world of boxing?
We have Virgil Ortiz fought Lawson at 154 pounds. The stoppage was questionable. Here's some highlights. You actually can look for yourself, and you tell me. He moved up in weight, Ortiz. He hadn't fought in 17 months.
Looks like the guy's doing a good job of blocking it. Why'd the ref stop it?
Look at that.
Yeah, that was
It was controversial.
Yeah, the ref had money on that game. That ref had money on that game.
So there you go, man.
Yeah, he should have. Yeah. Super Mario looking ref, man.
Yeah, you know how boxing is, man.
Yeah, that was. I would have punched the ref. Like, bruh.
Tony Weeks.
Yeah.
He's done this in the past, too.
All right.
That's not his first rodeo.
Gotcha.
Then I don't know why he's still reffing if that's the case.
Right.
And he speaks Spanish, too.
Oh.
Yeah, the cartel must have threw him some bread.
That's crazy.
That is wild.
And here's the next fight this Saturday. This guy is actually 175 pounds. Better Biv has 3 belts. So if he wins, he's going to face B-Ball, which he has one more belt, if you will.
Okay.
Cool. And then I saw Anthony Joshua and Francis Ngannou going to fight.
That's right. Sometime in March.
Oh, okay.
It's all for oil money.
Yeah, that oil money.
Good for them.
Yeah. All right. Let's go to our interviews. We got Coach Dave Brown. We got Connor McBride. We got Cesar Reyes. We got Kyle Rush. And we got Ivan Yombi. Check these out. Highlights, then we're going to wrap it up because we got our guests are here and I got to wrap this up. All right, Coach, you guys came out, got a good lead early on and never looked back. Offensively, what worked for them in that first quarter to get that big lead?
When they came out in the box, Will and JJ, obviously, teams know JJ been our focal point on offense, but we do have shooters around that we surround him with. So when they came out in that box and one, Kyle Rush knocked down some big threes early. Jake knocked one down early as well. So that got us going. Got that little bit of lead there. So that was nice to get the guys going right away.
Some of your bench guys too. Roland came in there, gave some good minutes, gave you some big points. Deval came in. What's it say about those guys? I think they're able to get in there and be productive.
Yeah, right now we're fighting the injury bug as well as a few of our guys are under the weather. So Rowan and DeVell got a lot of work in practice the last week. So when they stepped on the court, I have just much confidence in them as I do the starters. So they gave us great minutes coming off the bench right away, knocking down a three from Rowan, I believe. And DeVell's very active on the glass and getting some rebounds. So that was nice to have them. Then we also got some productive minutes off from Marlon Estrella, who had a concussion a few weeks ago. It was nice to see him knock down two big threes and a layup right before the half. So we played 11 guys in the first half, and all guys were pretty productive. So that was a good thing for the coaching staff to see.
Did you see any rust? Granted, that you guys haven't played in about a week, but was there any rust early on, or were you guys just eager to get back on the court?
I'll tell you, the guys that haven't been able to practice definitely showed some rustiness. JJ was out for almost 4 or 5 days of being sick. He only had one practice in since last game, so I think he was a little bit rusty. Donnell had a little bit of rusty as well because he's nursing an ankle injury. So those two guys struggled a little bit, but JJ had some phenomenal passes tonight. Once he realized his offense wasn't going, he did things he rebounded and he made some passes that were nice. But it was good to see that we got production from a lot of guys across the board. So, when teams scout us, they realize that we're not just a one-man team. JJ's obviously our best offensive player, but we have other guys around him that can score the ball for sure.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, Coach, you guys came out here. It was a little rough start in the beginning. What kind of got the offense going?
I think just our pace. I think we played in transition a lot more in the second half, and that led to a lot of opportunities for us. We like to play fast, and we scored a lot of points off of that, and I think that's really what got it for us.
Defensively, how were you guys able to get them out of it? You forced a lot of turnovers and forced them into some tough shots.
I think just kind of packing the paint and forcing guys to hit tough shots over us. We say that we like to guard the ball first instead of guarding our own man. So really guarding the ball and forcing them to take tough contested twos is kind of what got it for us.
2 games into the new year, what have you seen so far in these 2 games that you guys have played?
That we're good, but we have a lot of work to do. We came out with two good wins. We're not satisfied. We're building for something in March. So that's our goal right now, and every day is a step towards that. So this is a good one.
Congratulations.
Appreciate it.
Offensively, you guys going early, 6 total threes. I think you had 4 in that first quarter. Was that just you getting open looks and knocking them down?
Yeah, recently, JJ, past few games, he's been getting, a couple 30 balls. So teams have been eyeing him, and it's been opening up my shot, and I've just been getting open, knocking them down. And my shot's been feeling good recently, and I just think got to keep it going. So today was a good team win. Boys were finding me out there, and I just kept knocking them down.
It's been a week since you guys last played. Do you feel like you guys had any rest, or were you guys just eager to get back on the court?
Yeah, no, I feel like good rest, over the new year, and I just think we got to keep working, keep bringing it hard at practice. We had a good couple practices the last few days, and got to get ready for East Boston next Wednesday.
Defensively, were you guys able to create turnovers and create points off those turnovers?
I'd say playing hard on defense has definitely been helping us recently. The boys are just talking out there. We're communicating with each other. We're playing hard, and it's just working, creating turnovers, and getting tips on balls that we might not have gotten at the first game of the season, but now I feel like chemistry together has been better, and we're learning rotations, and it's all coming together on defense, which has been helping us, and then get it on the fast break.
As a team, you guys knocked down 3. You guys knocked down 10 threes. Describe the ball movement that you guys have for you guys to be able to find those open guys to be able to knock down the 10.
Yeah, again, I think with JJ being our #1 guy, he's been going hard and getting a lot of points, so it's opening up other options, and it's driving kick and then swing around the 3-point line for open shots. And we could have had more than 10 threes today. I think we missed a few, but that's all right. We're getting open looks, and I think that's going to be good for us going forward. Thank you.
Season, man, that was a wild game you guys just played in. You came off the bench, gave the team a lot of boost. I mean, how were you able just to make an impact?
Well, I started off the season with an injury, so I was excited to get back in the court with my family. It was all defense. I just had to bring in the defense, and then we had a team from there.
You guys allowed only 3 points like the last 2 minutes of the game. What kind of change in that aspect? It seemed like they was getting a lot of easy points, and then for some reason, and then it changed. You guys made it difficult for them. What did you guys do to slow them down?
We play defense. That's the core of our team, playing defense. They wanted the ball more than us, and coach told us we have to get the ball. That's how we win the game. We have to die for the ball, and it just comes down to whoever wants the ball more, and then we wanted more.
How does a win like this help you guys? Because you guys did have a week off for this game, but how does this just help you guys winning a game like this type of game?
Give us the confidence, give us the momentum to keep going. We got tough games coming up, but I feel like if we keep this momentum going on with the defense and the transition to offense, I think we would do good.
Congratulations, man.
Appreciate you, brother, man.
You scored the last 15 points for your team, made the game in a shot. What switched in that
The first half, we weren't really flowing. Second half, we picked up the defense. I started playing real defense. And when defense comes offense, I was just on.
Yeah, it seemed like you guys had a little turnover issues, and then it kind of changed like that last 5 minutes in the game. But offensively, what were you guys doing just to make sure you took care of the ball and got to what you guys wanted to do?
First half, you saw we were sped up. We were playing to their speed. Second half, our coach just told us to calm down. We calmed down and came out with the win.
For you, that's 2 big road wins for your team on the season. What's the confidence level like for this team right now?
Me and the boys were high, but it's a long road. We only played 6 games. We're not even so we got a long way to go.
Definitely. How do you like the improvements that you guys have been going from the start of the season to this point? You guys had that break and had that tough loss to Catholic environment. You guys are not going on your winning ways, but how you like the improvement this team has shown throughout these games?
That Catholic Memorial loss, it was bad. Coach had us running, I'm not going to lie. And after that practice, we just locked in as a team. We're trying to just get to it.
Congratulations on the win.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Sorry.
We got a book right here that Todd's going to talk about real quick before we get our game picks.
Oh yeah, if you can see, it's the book I was talking about. I think last episode or the episode before that. Just just smile. At least you woke up today. Some book of quotes I was talking about. That's actually a proof copy, so it'll be coming soon, very very soon. Just basically witty words of inspiration, just to help motivate you throughout the day and just get you through some times of frustration, or just help start your day.
Just smile, baby.
Yeah, because end of the day, as long as you wake up, what can you really complain about?
Yeah, what he said.
Because if you're dead, you can't complain about nothing. Yeah. So, just be thankful you're here. And while you're here, be as great as you can.
Indeed. All right, let's get our game picks for wild card weekend. We got No, that's not it. My bad. This thing's acting up. All right, here we go. We got Saturday. We got Cleveland at Houston.
My bad, I wasn't even listening.
Cleveland at Houston, Saturday.
I'm going to go with Houston.
Houston, I will go... I'm going to go with Cleveland. I'm going to go with Houston. It's because I love Houston, the city. Miami, Kansas City.
Chiefs.
Chiefs as well. Dolphins. 1, 2, 3, Cancun. Pittsburgh at Buffalo.
Going with the Bills, man. They're going to get this one.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Bills, even though I have a feeling I wouldn't be surprised if Pittsburgh won this, but Pittsburgh got Mason Rudolph playing as quarterback, so yeah, that's not going to happen. Green Bay at Dallas.
I got to go with Dallas. Yeah.
Going with that?
Yeah.
I'm going to go with the upset. Packers. It might not happen, but I'm going with the upset. Los Angeles at Detroit.
Lions, baby.
Yeah, I'm going with Mr. Biting Kneecaps.
Yeah, they're going to need to.
Detroit Lions, yeah.
They're going to need to this weekend.
And then lastly, Philadelphia at Tampa. That's going to be Monday, MLK Day.
Eagles.
He's going with the Eagles.
Hurts, baby. I'm
going with the Eagles as well because, yeah, you can't be. I don't know with the Bucks, man. Make sure you check us out. LNTV.org, the website. LCTV After the Whistle. Mukala K, Instagram and Twitter. Mr. Burton 23 on Instagram. Make sure you check him out. Shout out to Pedro for making this go.
But coming soon, don't forget.
2024. Don't worry, we'll have Ant back on either next week or the week after, either championship weekend or a week. Yeah. Y'all see more of him this year. We're out of here. Have a good one. Peace out.